And here we go. It is the nightcap, Saturday, August 6th. I just say that to remind myself because we're in camp season and I don't know what day it is for the next 3 weeks. This is the nightcap brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com. Visit www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Download the app for Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. Get your delivery on Uber Eats or stop down and visit them in Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up and save 15% on your order. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Chad.
How you doing, buddy?
It's been a long
day. you've had a Saturday, huh?
Got to hang out with Brent. We'll call it the day I hung out with Brent.
That didn't go well for you, did it?
I'm back.
Brent put you under the table at like 7 o'clock.
It's been a long day.
Leave it at that. All right. You're driving the car throughout camp, so away we go.
So I didn't actually read your recap of today, so I don't know what you want to highlight from today, but I did watch your interview with James Tunstall. And James Tunstall is an interesting character as we look at this camp in particular, because the offensive line is a very, nobody wants to make it a large question mark, but I'm willing to make it a large question mark. Not knowing what we have, with James Tunstall.
I don't agree there.
That's fine. You say what you will. This is where I'm driving. But starting with James Tunstall, we don't entirely know what we have. We haven't seen it, right? Like,
what do you mean?
You've seen it, but we haven't seen it.
He started all last year.
I guess what I mean by that is, are we getting a guy who is he really an all conference player? Is he willing to make that next step forward? Or is he just a guy?
I mean, I don't think left tackle was. Did you think left tackle was an issue last year?
I didn't. But we're also talking.
He played left tackle.
Okay, we're also talking about the American Conference, and so are you?
He played left tackle against Notre Dame.
Fair enough.
Played left tackle against Alabama.
You hired me to be a contrarian. I'm being a contrarian.
I know. I just don't know where this I don't know where this line of that's one of the things I'm more sure about is left tackle
than anything.
I think in looking at this offense, I think left tackle. I'm not overly concerned about left tackle. I don't remember a spring practice where I was like, I don't know about left tackle. I don't remember really. I mean, yeah, Will Anderson was a problem last year against Alabama, but Will Anderson's the best player in college football. So,
fair enough.
When I watch James Tunstall, I don't think I wonder how good Cincinnati's going to be at left tackle. I feel very confident about left tackle.
My biggest takeaway in your interview with him is his demeanor, which is calm, cool, collected, and he is cool as the other side of the other side of the pillow, if you will.
That you passed out on 4 hours ago. Man, oh, come on. We can't have fun with it.
It's been
Relax. A day. Oh, you're in for a lot worse than what I'm dishing out. I'm just getting you ready when you walk out of that theater room.
I'm not looking forward to
that. Anyhow, no, I think James Tunstall is going to be an all-conference, first-team all-conference level player at left tackle for
an anchor
this year.
If you will. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think with Renfro at center and Tunstall at left tackle, I think you have the makings of a very solid, very strong offensive line. Now, I think there could be some movement? Yeah, we've talked about that. We talked about it with Vic. And Vic was not ready to say, our offensive line is going to look exactly like it did in the Alabama game. And we've seen it with a former walk-on, Joe Huber, at right tackle the first 3 practices of camp.
Is he the biggest surprise right now in camp?
Possibly, yeah. I think that's possible.
So what more do you want to drop about through what is it? 3 days technically of camp.
I don't
2
want to
days
drop
at higher ground.
Okay, I don't want to drop much about line play yet because they're not in pads yet.
Fair enough.
They don't go into pads until I think Monday.
But what have you seen thus far of Joe Huber that makes it okay to talk about him being the dude that is?
I don't know that he's the dude at right tackle.
But
I think he's getting the nod right now.
Right now.
For the most part, he's been solid. I've seen him get beat a couple times, both by Jabari Taylor and by Malik Van, but he's held his own. He's physical. He's got a little bit of nasty to him. I think he's obviously still learning to play football at this level. As he came kind of out of nowhere. Like the staff has talked about, and Gino talked about yesterday in the video, the day he showed up as a walk-on, they were kind of like, we might have something here. And that happens more at offensive line than anywhere. Because like I said, like a couple days ago, he was a 230-pound wrestler, like a high-level wrestler in high school. So he was never, that natural 270, 280-pound guy that you knew what he was going to be once he got up to that weight. Now he's up over 300 pounds. And so far they like what they've seen. Like that's what I know. Tomorrow is a day that's closed to the media. They're practicing tomorrow. But I'm super excited Monday to start to maybe get a better feel for, the line play once the pads go on. And that's when I think we'll get a better feel for Joe Huber.
Now, when you see Joe Huber out there, what are his physical tangibles that compared to a Lorenz Metz? Like,
well, I mean, he's not 6'9". Like, he's in that 6'5", 300, 310-pound range. He moves well, as you would expect from a guy with a wrestling background. He's got that hand-to-hand combat feel to him, that you like your linemen to have, especially if you want to be a team that runs the ball or is known for their physicality at the point of attack. But again, this is new. Like I've seen him at right guard. He was at right guard, first team right guard for most of the spring. But seeing him out wide, like let's really see what he looks like when the pads go on and, guys are getting after it.
When Metz comes back, is there a real shot that
Metz is back?
Well, I mean, but when he's all the way back, I know they're working him back in. When he's all the way back, is there a real shot that Joe Huber and Lorenz Metz could be a battle?
We'll see. I mean, I know like yesterday, Metz spent the day at second team right guard.
Okay.
So, and that's where he played and was all conference last year. So I don't think any of that is situated or settled. I think you're looking at 3 guys between Dio,
right,
Huber, and Metz for those 2 spots on the right side. It's going to be interesting to see like where, when we get to where are things at a week from today with the first scrimmage? And then where are they at the Monday after that, when they evaluate the tape? And, that like a lot of this is for me, like when you've done so many of these camps, the first 10 days or so are leading up to that first scrimmage. And then what does that first scrimmage show going into that start of kind of the final week of camp? I thought the defensive line had a really good day today. when they were in team. They weren't in team a lot, and at the beginning of camp, you're not in team as much as you are towards the end, obviously, because you need more install. Like you're putting the offense in, you're putting the defense in. You need more time to do that. You don't get to as much team stuff until you get towards the middle of camp. But so far, I think they've held their own. I go down and watch a little bit more of one-on-ones, like once the pads go on, to kind of get a better feel for that. So there's a lot of content. There's a lot of things that I'll be watching that are still on the horizon.
Anybody from defensive line in the second and third team that you saw today that maybe doesn't jump off with the first teamers?
Again, like I asked me about the offensive line and defensive line starting Monday.
Okay.
I thought Watley had a couple nice plays today. Nothing out of the ordinary. But again, no pads. Like it's so much different when they don't have the pads on at the point of attack.
As I bring up the second and third teamers, was there anybody else that maybe you didn't drop in your bites today, or what are we calling the camp? The camp.
It's just a camp report.
No. Okay. Anybody that jumped off from that second and third team that we wouldn't see if it was just your scouting report from today?
I think a lot of that is in the scouting report.
No newbies.
He's kind of first, second team. I thought Brian Threats had a really, really good day. In that kind of battle between him and Dingle, I think both of them have been pretty good so far.
Okay.
That's an interesting battle because I don't think there's. I know everybody thinks Threats is gonna eventually win.
Well, that was the one. That was the one in the superlatives that all three of us had him winning that spot.
Yeah, but Dingle's playing well as well.
Okay.
Threats is also playing well. So I'm just saying that's one of those spots where they're getting what they're looking for from both of those guys. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if like that's a platoon.
Okay.
Where we see, a bit of both of them.
Anything more from
we did get to see briefly one series. We did get to see Kiner today.
Man, I was really hoping you said 13 package.
Huh?
No, what is it, the 11 packet? What is it when you run 3 tight ends?
Oh, 13.
Yeah.
No, really hope here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. Trey Tucker and Will Pauling have been really good so far. And like we talked about, guess what? You got to take somebody off the field.
Yeah, sure.
To add tight ends, you got to take receivers off the field. And Trey and Will, and I'm really happy for Will because I thought he had a quiet spring.
He did.
He just didn't splash a lot in the spring. Through 3 days of practice, I've been writing 19 down a lot.
Even in the spring game, he was quiet. Like that's he had a quiet spring. That's totally fair.
I have maybe to the detriment of myself, with a different player, just started writing one letter every time he makes a play, and I'm writing it a lot.
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Well, you mentioned Kiner. Is that where you're getting back to?
No. We only saw him for one series today.
Is it Miles?
No, it's freshman. And I got Q written down on my notes every day, a lot.
How fun is it watching him line up? Because that was a kid that when even in his recruitment, all of his pictures, all of the interviews that I did with Quincy Burroughs, he did not seem to me to be a kid who was outspoken, didn't seem to be a kid that he wasn't big in any of the pictures that we saw, right?
He's a little bit of a late bloomer.
He got big.
like got big late in the process, had a big track season his senior year. He is a sponge, one. We've heard it from Brady. We've heard it from Luke.
Tyler Scott.
I talked to a couple other guys today when he was out there getting extra work in, like after practice, that were like,
right?
That dude is going to be great. And I'm like,
not good. Great.
Yeah, that dude is going to be great. He works. He's out, like, from what we've heard them talk about this. He was out there in Nippert. Like, he enrolled early. He would be out in Nippert just at 6 o'clock on a Tuesday evening, just by himself getting work in.
Well, and who have we seen that from before? Who's also been great? Sauce.
Yeah,
just out on Nippert doing things.
Just all about, they talk about guys that are all about ball, like guys that just understand this is their chance and they want to be great. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times today in my notes. Q. Just Q. That's it. Q. He runs good routes. He had a great over-the-shoulder, kind of basket catch today. He beat JQ on a route. JQ's making a move.
That's some note.
Check the
noteworthy.
Check the practice report. Check the practice report for more on that. But man, this kid, Quincy Burroughs, I don't remember a whole lot of freshmen that have made this type of loud, hello.
Certainly not a receiver.
It's hard. It's really difficult at receiver to
make noise,
loud.
Yeah.
As a true freshman. This kid has come in, and yes, it's been against the third team for the most part.
Was AP the last one as a freshman?
Even as a freshman, AP wasn't
he was doing it on special teams, but I don't know if that waves on the actual field as a receiver.
I mean, he was out in 1-on-1s and 7-on-7. They're all out there taking their reps, taking their turns.
Sure.
I don't remember AP being this polished instantly.
Noteworthy.
Give me a second. I gotta blow my nose.
All I'm saying is that's noteworthy, and that's what we're here for. So I don't know. I think that about covers what you didn't cover in your notes. So
I mean, I mentioned Q in my notes, so I'll give you one little thing here, one little thing there,
a little nugget.
There was what felt like some separation in the quarterback battle today. So go to the camp notes to read that.
I don't love where that's going, but we'll see how this goes.
It is what it is.
I'm rooting for one person.
I know. Go read the camp report.
50% off. Enjoy it.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow night. We might need to give you a night off. You might need some time to dig out of the doghouse.
TBD.
He's Aaron Smith. I'm Chad Brendel. It's the Nightcap. Brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!